Good afternoon, everyone. It's Andy Hudson, and it's another episode of Incentive Concepts Live. Coming at you from my basement, Punxsutawney Phil says there's 6 more weeks left of winter. I hope you are safe and enjoying the weather, even if you're buried in snow in your part of the country. And I hope you have a cup of coffee or a cold drink with you for the next 30 minutes. So let's have some fun. I've got my Corkcicle tumbler here with the Rheinberg Golf Classic ready to go. It's just got cold water in it, nothing exciting. but hopefully you've got something. Let us know in the comments what you're drinking today, and PG-13, please. So with that, I'd like to introduce our special guest host for today. It's her first time on Incentive Concepts Live, and she's our brand advisor for our brands that focus on fashion and style. So Stephanie Cabell, are you there, Steph?
I am here, Andy. Thanks for having me today.
All right, you're very welcome. This is your first time in Incentive Concepts Live, so you're the rookie.
Yep.
How's it going right now today?
It's going good. Just set up in the kitchen here and just looking out the window and seeing a bunch of snow, and glad I'm inside today.
Okay, well, you're located kind of up in northern Illinois. We're in St. Louis, so we're just getting rain here. But I know there's snow all over this part of the country. But before we bring on our other guests, I'd like to learn a little bit about you, since this is the first time our viewers have had the chance to meet you. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, your hobbies, your family, maybe your experience in the industry and your time with Incentive Concepts.
Sure. My name is Stephanie Coble, and I've been in the incentive industry going on 16 years, with Incentive Concepts for over 2. I take care of our fashion brands. So I take care of Kate Spade New York and Corkcicle. So a little bit about me. I share my life outside of IC with 2 awesome Labrador Retriever dogs, Cabela and Benelli, and my husband, Eric, who is also my best friend. And we enjoy spending time together with the dogs. And then when there's snow, we like to go snowmobiling.
Wow, snowmobiling. Have you gotten out on the snowmobile this week at all, or?
Not this week. We went out last weekend local. Never rode the trails really in Illinois, so it's kind of fun to get out in Illinois. But otherwise, we've been up to Wisconsin once so far. We were going to go this weekend, but it's supposed to be really, really cold. So
okay, well, I'll have to come visit you. I've done a lot of adventurous things in my life, but I've never been on a snowmobile, except for the time I got injured skiing and they had to drag me out on a snowmobile, but that was different. So
yeah, that's way different.
Okay, so you've been with the Incentive Concepts team now for a couple years. What's your favorite part about being a member of our family?
Most thing I like is our whole team. We work together and we all help each other out, and we're a team, but we're also a family. We just really enjoy working with one another. We like to pick on one another sometimes, and we just really have a good time. And we're just all good friends, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And I've always joked around and said that if you're getting picked on, that means they like you. So if we pick on you, Stephanie, or people pick on me, then hey, that's all good. It's like having a big brother or a big sister, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And your main focus, as I mentioned, is kind of on our fashion and style brands. So a brand like Kate Spade New York, for example, and of course Corkcicle. How does Corkcicle fit into this category that you focus on?
So Corkcicle is kind of like an accessory to your day. It's fashionable, and you're going to want to take it. It's going to be part of like an accessory of your outfit, or it's just stylish and they're fun, and you're just going to want to take it with you wherever you go. So it's kind of like a handbag. You always grab a handbag to walk out the door. You're going to grab your Corkcicle and want to show it off and make it part of your day. So.
All right. Well, when I go out the door, I grab my Corkcicle, but I leave my handbag behind. So last question before we bring our guests on, because we definitely want to meet them. But how important is it for you and the brands you work with to have that strong relationship with the brands that we represent?
So Incentive Concepts, our motto is to deliver the best better, and to have the support from our brand partners is key to our success. I've had the opportunity to build and work with a lot of partners over the years, and honestly, Corkcicle is one of my favorite partners to work with. So it's just, you build the relationships, and you both work together to get everything that people need, to present the products to their customers, and we just build a strong relationship, and it's just a key to success.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're going to bring our guests on here in about 1 minute, but before we do that, well, first of all, I want to say, Steph, that we are very glad that you're part of the Incentive Concepts family, and we will pick on you. that's because we like you. But before we bring on our guests, we want to ask our viewer question because we always do that. And in a recent study by totallypromotional.com, it was about the most popular categories in the promotional products industry, and drinkware is actually number 2, right behind apparel. But the question is how many impressions do you think a promotional drinkware item generates throughout its lifetime? So I'm going to put that in the chat, and we'd love to hear from you on the chat about how many impressions a piece of drinkware generates during their typical lifespan. And I realize I spelled typical wrong, so let me just fix that real quick. We'll put that in the chats. Stephanie, I might have to ask you that later, but let's bring on our special guest. So if I could have our special guests turn on their camera and their audio now, and we'd like to definitely welcome our 2 wonderful guests today from Corkcicle. We have Kim Ballerene and Meredith Hollandsworth. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi, thanks for having us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm going to start with you, Kim, because you've been on this before with us. Thank you. And if we invite you back, that means we like you.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think you may have picked on me once or twice in the last one too. So I may have like, snuck into that, just below family bar.
Okay, good. Well, great. So you're in New England, if I'm not mistaken. What's it like up there? Are you buried or?
I personally am not, because I live on the water. So we got rain with it all, but my daughter goes to college out in Western Massachusetts and they got well over a foot of snow. So it really depended. 5 miles from me got 8 inches. It was sort of a crazy storm, but we're used to that. So.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully everybody's safe and your daughter's doing well and everybody else. I know you got a hockey player in your family, so hopefully they're used to the cold though, right?
We're used to that. Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, the last time you met with us, I think on IC Live was back in 2020 earlier, and we were just getting started with you all. So how's the whole partnership been going between Corkcicle and Incentive Concepts?
It's great. I think one of the reasons we partnered, with Incentive Concepts is because we felt we had a great product, a premium product that fit, drinkware is, I loved your question on what impressions, but drinkware is something that everybody has and wants. And it's, I think in this environment where we're working from home and some of us are lucky enough to go into an office from time to time and we're all on the go, having a premium drinkware product, with a logo really sort of gets it out there, right? The last thing we want to do is spend money on a product that doesn't leave the kitchen cabinet. And I think, your group, your customers are really looking for something that is, high value, that's usable, that looks really cool, that's fashion forward, and, sort of makes them feel special. And I think we are able to offer that in the different silhouettes and product styles and colors, that we have.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And Meredith, this is your first time on this series, this little thing that we started last year during the pandemic. We just wanted to connect and engage with our customers and our partners. So thank you so much for joining us. Can you give us a little elevator pitch on yourself? Maybe how you would introduce people when you first met them in the hotel lobby or something? Or
Sure, absolutely. And thanks for having me. This is just so cool to be part of, sort of breaks up the day. So my name is Meredith Hollandsworth. I am the Director of Product for Corkcicle. I am based in Baltimore, Maryland. And, we are a Florida-based company, but I work from home. I have always worked from home, even pre-pandemic. So I'm really lucky for that. I have a degree in fashion merchandising. So I started my career in New York. I was the executive assistant for the CEO of Ralph Lauren. So as you can imagine, it was a little bit of a Devil Wears Prada lifestyle, if you want to say. And sort of in my career, I've kept in a product role. I've worked for other brands such as Under Armour, Stanley Black & Decker, and luckily found my way to Corkcicle. And I just, I really love building product. And the fun thing about my job is that I get to see it from literally beginning of just an idea all the way to the very end. So it's a career that I love. I've always loved. I knew I wanted to do something creatively my entire life. So.
Well, that's wonderful. And you mentioned Baltimore. I'm going to go off script here for a second. What's your favorite part about Baltimore? I happen to love that city, and I have an in-law that actually is from there originally.
Oh yes. So my family and my boyfriend's family, everyone is here from outside of the city. And I live in the city on the water and I love it. I mean, I walk steps outside my door to the promenade, which is beautiful. I was on a walk with our very new puppy last night and the sunset was literally unbelievable. And I just love it. And we're about 2 to 3 hours from the beach. We have a house in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. So the beaches there are really beautiful in the summer. It's just a really nice place to live. They call it Baltimore. So
perfect. Well, and St. Louis, where we are, is a collection of small towns, so very similar in that way. But I want to get a little bit deeper into what drew you to Corkcicle. I mean, you talked about your experience with some former brands you work with, and that's a great collection of brands to be involved with. But what drew you to Corkcicle, and how does Corkcicle stand out to you?
What drew me to Corkcicle and what I still find day to day is that it gives me the feeling that I had when I first started working for Under Armour. So Under Armour is actually a Baltimore-based company, and it was very aspirational for me even in college. And it just has that sort of electric feel. Like when you go into the office, it's just like everyone is go-getting to this like one common goal. And when I interviewed with Corkcicle and I went to the office, I had that same feeling. Like everyone is so passionate about what they do, passionate about the product, and just really doing the best they can every day. And it's just really exciting. It's a very exciting brand to be part of. And I talk about in product all the time. And I even tell my team all the time, this is literally the beginning. Like we've been around for, 10 years or so now. But truly the traction we're gaining now, it's just the beginning and it's so exciting to be part of.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm gonna have Stephanie kind of jump in here real quick because we asked that question about drinkware and the number of impressions that a piece of drinkware generates in its lifetime. Are you looking at the comments there, Steph? Or?
I am. Dan Craig says 4,500. Kim says 3,500. Dave says 4,501. Mary Pat is 6,300. Brett is 6,301, and Christy is 1,200.
All right. So some people that we recognize are being funny with the Price is Right pricing there, right? All right. Well, what do you think, Kim?
I don't know. I'd probably say around 65,000.
65,000. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Meredith?
It's definitely in the thousands. I would say 10,000.
Okay. Well, everybody's a little high except for Christy. So Christy's the winner with 1,200 because it's about 1,400 impressions, which is, not as high as what we're all saying here, but still for a single piece of drinkware, which, hopefully sticks with you for several years, that's still pretty impressive. And the fact that it's the number 2 in promotional products makes it nice. So, okay. Any other comments going on out there, Steph, or anybody being clever like Dave and Brett again?
Nope, just being smarty pants is all.
Okay. Before we get to some more questions, I do want to mention that Kim, you've been kind enough to donate a really cool package that people can enter for today. And you want to tell us about it? It's an all-day gift package. Do you remember what we put together there? Or?
I think I remember everything we put together, but it is an all-day gift package. So it includes a mug, and I think I have them all sort of around me, but a coffee mug and a lunch tote and a sports canteen, and of course, a stemless wine glass, I think is in there too. Mm-hmm. So we're going to take you from morning, like through your morning coffee, through your lunch hour, up to your cocktails at night. So perfect. We're gonna pimp you out all day long.
Exactly. So that's a great segue into the question I want to ask you, Kim, and then Meredith, you can kind of piggyback on this too. But what the name of our episode is Elevate Your Day with Corkcicle. And the description is how Corkcicle can follow you throughout the day. So let's explore that a little bit, Kim. Talk about the breadth of the products and how, an example of it following you throughout the day.
Yeah, great. We really do have products to sort of plug in to every part of sort of your life. From the time you wake up in the morning, you can start out with this is tea, but coffee or tea in your, coffee mug. You could take it to your desk if you're working from home. You can bring it to the office. We can take you through, you're done with your coffee and you need, some water. We've got tumblers in all different sizes. And I have a couple around here. So again, it's great. This is going to be used for hot or cold. It's got the it's a little hard on this, but the lid to show this way. And then we take you into lunchtime. Some of our newer things, which I think we're going to start introducing and talking about into the Incentive Concepts line. So right now we've been focused a lot on drinkware and barware, but not so much our soft goods. But we've got coolers. So we have a great lunch cooler. This is our roll top. And then we also have those that are commuting and just need something, they just need to grab and go. So we have something like this too, and a very cool pattern. And this is really where, Meredith, shines with. This is our, black on black camo and all the beautiful design and hardware that goes on it. And of course, we can take you well into your evening workout with a sport canteen. Again, this is our dragonfly, which is our most popular color right now. On all of it, our flat sides. And, I'll have Meredith talk a little bit about maybe some of the design of the product. But we've got the sport canteen, so it's going to take you into your evening workout. And then, of course, at the end of the day, we want to wrap up with a glass of red or a cocktail. And we've got our stemless wine glass that can go with that too.
That's great. Okay.
So we really take you everywhere, but it's great from a gifting perspective, because whether you're doing an event, at the end of the day, we have a lot of folks that will give the stemless wine glass and they'll serve it at their event, when we get back to events. But if you want to send something with people working from home, you can send a tumbler or a canteen, and it has multi-use, right? And because it's good quality, it's actually used. So people are still taking it out of the home to that soccer game, to the office, out on their walk. So that's where you're getting all those impressions that you talked about earlier. Right? Sure. You're willing to invest in, it's an investment, and people are taking it out. So it's not being left at home where nobody is going to see it. Right. So you sort of get a little marketing and gifting all in one.
Love it. Love it. And I have a favorite part about my tumbler, and it's the cushioned bottom, because it doesn't clank on my desk when I put it there. So Meredith, talk about that part of the product, and then maybe a couple other features, maybe the dragonfly or whatever else you want to highlight, you think it's important to highlight.
Sure, absolutely. So the silicone bottom, that is very important in our design DNA. And really, when you take a step back and look at everything we make, we just want our customer to feel special. And we want to elevate the everyday. We sort of say that to ourselves. And when we're designing something, we ask ourselves, like, does this feel special? I mean, we really, truly do say that. And we also consider, would you personally be proud to give this as a gift to a loved one? And so I think that's also what is really special about Corkcicle, is everything is so thoughtful and considered, and really trying to give the consumer that just best experience. So something like that dragonfly, it's beautiful. It's like color changing, and we want that customer to, they're going to a workout and it's a tough workout, and they look up and they see that dragonfly, and it's just beautiful, and it makes them feel special, and it brings joy. And it's sort of like that special little thing that they can carry around with them every day or express themselves. They love the dragonfly, or maybe their favorite color is blue or pink, and you just have that thing with you all day throughout, your morning to night, that just brings you joy, really, at the end of the day.
Sure. And Stephanie, you have a lot of Corkcicle behind you there for the after party that we're gonna bombard you here for the after party. Do you have a favorite piece? I know it's hard to pick out because they're so cool, but do you have one that rises above, in your opinion?
I love the stemless and dragonfly, just the color, like we mentioned, talked about. And it, like, if you have wine, or I don't always use it for wine, I use it for a mixed drink. So it just keeps it cool, and I look good, holding it when I drink my beverage. So
perfect.
That's probably my favorite.
And we might be buried under snow right now, but spring is around the corner, and we'll be spending more time outside and by the pool and all of that. Meredith, do you have I'm sure you are involved in the entire product development. Do you have a favorite feature that maybe is new or that you recently came out with that you could pinpoint?
Product, they are all my babies, and everything I love. But I will say, like, just generally, we're looking at things more like Dragonfly. Dragonfly has done really well for us. So multicolor without being just overtly, shapes. It's just like a very pretty, it changes colors. Things like that, like the prismatic, and how we can bring in foil. And it also goes along with just a trend standpoint. So we are very aware of trends and what's going on in the world. And what we're seeing is that, due to the pandemic, people are looking for escapism and escaping the everyday. And so when you look at something like a rainbow prismatic effect, it takes you somewhere else. And that beauty brings joy, and just a different mix up to the day. So color changing is something that I'm really excited about.
For sure. And I came across an article, one of our teammates actually shared it with me, and HGTV had the whiskey wedge as a top Valentine's Day gift for him, I think it was. Talk about that cool product, because that thing is like way unique and special.
Yes. So Whiskey Wedge, and even our cigar glass, they are some of our #1 sellers, just in general, even across all of our drinkware. It's such a great gift. It comes in beautiful packaging, and it's just different. And these have been 2 tried and true products. Like, they've been around since the beginning of time from Corkcicle, and they've stood the test of time. And the interesting thing about that is that it has given us permission to expand our glassware, and moving into stemless wine glasses and pint glasses, which also do some of those have the prismatic effect, and putting it in a beautiful gift box. So again, just thinking about the customer, thinking about someone who wants to gift someone something beautiful, and then the enjoyment of the experience of that product.
Wonderful, wonderful. And again, it's Andy Hudson here with Incentive Concepts Live, and I've got Kim Ballerene, Meredith Hollandsworth from the Corkcicle team, and then of course Stephanie from our Incentive Concepts team. And Stephanie, talk about the bundles that you and Kim have created together, which is so very important in our industry because of the importance of hitting different price points.
So we put together like 2 of the stemless, or we've actually widen that out and have 4 stemless. We've also done some of the accessories. So like, you'll get a canteen, but you'll also get the straw with the canteen, tumbler with the straw, just building out. So you're buying the whole package. That way you don't have to, get just the tumbler and then have to go out an extra step and get a straw. So we've built out packages, to make it, the experience a lot better for the consumer.
Okay. And Kim, what has been the experience with the bundles? And maybe when you were at PPAI a few weeks ago with us, and I know you were there too, Steph, was there some response to the bundles?
Yeah, I mean, I think people like the fact that they get a complete gift. And what's also so great with Incentive Concepts is we can also mix those bundles, right? So sometimes they may be at a higher price point where you can bring a canteen and a tumbler together, and they look like they're a nice package set, even though they weren't originally that way. But when you give like the tumbler with the straws, it's everything you need for that experience. Or if you take them and you're bundling them even with other brands that you sell, like, you can give an entire outdoor barbecue experience by bundling, some of the stainless drinkware with even, like a Broil King or something. So, they have been really great. I know we're excited about exploring some new bundles, some of our soft goods and some of the drinkware, also taking a look at our barware and bringing a little bit more of that. Meredith talked about the stemless, the wine glasses as like the glassware that we're bringing in stuff. And, so when you start pairing them together, they look really nice. And they're reasonable price points, more importantly. So you are getting that elevated experience. You're giving that premium brand at a price point that, is very reasonable, for a lot of companies.
Sure. And Stephanie, we're getting close to our time here, but I did want to ask about decorating on the products. I know I have a logo on my tumbler. Can you just do a quick overview of our decoration methods and opportunities?
Yes, so we can pad print or laser etch on Corkcicle. We've been working with Kim on a lot of opportunities that way. We're also, we've worked with a local company, and it's definitely something that almost everybody would like to have a logoed Corkcicle. So we're building that out a little bit, and we'll continue to keep reaching to get more opportunities like that out there.
Okay, for sure. And Meredith, last question for you is, what do you have in store for us? Maybe a peek under the covers or a look into the future crystal ball. Is there anything on the horizon that you can give us a little sneak preview on?
I would say this summer, like I sort of talked about, look for more color changing options, sort of that rainbow pearlized effect. Look for more sparkle, which is exciting for us. We're really playing into that celebratory vibe. And as we move into January 22, which we are working on now as a design team, yes, believe it or not, look for more restorative colors. So we're looking to the future. We're looking for restorative colors. That's sort of where everyone is feeling, but also that escapism, escaping the everyday, and bringing joy to people. The world needs more joy and happiness right now. So look for happy, look for joy, look for sparkles, look for color.
Well, that very well said. The world does need more joy and happiness. And speaking of that, if you go over to incentiveconcepts.com/all-day, okay, that's what we put in there. You can enter for that all-day gift package that includes a mug, a lunch tote, a sport canteen, and a wine, stemless wine cup. Mm-hmm. The mug is that cool walnut wood, Kim, right?
Yes, it is.
That's a good one.
It is one of my favorites. I'm drinking out of pink, but I think my husband stole my walnut. So.
Well, we'll have to give him 10 lashes for stealing that.
Yes, exactly.
Well, everyone, hey, listen, I really want to thank you all for joining. Stephanie, great job co-hosting. You've been the best co-host today.
Thanks.
And Kim, as always, it's great to spend time with you. It's been really fun to get to know you and to get to know Corkcicle. And Meredith, this was fantastic. Thank you so much for spending part of your day. 30 minutes really flies, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Well, everybody be safe. Our next episode 2 weeks from today is another one of our unboxing challenges, which is a really cute and clever way that we're getting our sales reps involved. It's a little nerve-wracking for them, honestly, because they don't know what they're opening up. But viewers get to watch what somebody's pulling out of boxes and decide on the theme. Last episode 2 weeks ago, Aaron Cook's theme was New Year, New You. So there was a Corkcicle item in there. I think the hybrid canteen for good hydration. So stay tuned. We're going down to Texas for that episode with our sales rep, Dan Bowl. So Dan, get ready. That's 2 weeks from today on whatever the heck that date is, February 18th, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. All right. Thanks again, you all. And it was a lot of fun getting to know you guys and getting to talk to you. Have a great day.
Thanks for having us.